Hey, you guys. So we decided to review the Pop the Balloon live chat, and let's get into it and give you our opinion of it. Stay tuned.
We keep it real, expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and feel some tea. Join the Kourtney family. We're about relationships and review, making it fun just for you. So go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Kourtney and Eddie.
I always put God first. What's going on, co-ed camp folks? How y'all doing tonight? Welcome back to another video of Kourtney and Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife right here.
Kourtney, also known as Coco.
This right here is Kourtney and Eddie. This channel is all about relationship reviews, entertainment. It's all about famous rants and jokes. And tonight, my wife has drugged me up here to do a review of this Pop the Balloon that's been gingerfied. Gingerfied, Pop the Balloon. But go ahead, baby. Do you.
So if you're brand new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And just to give you a little pointer, for those that don't know, I have I'm a published author. And that's what they say, published author. I'm an author. Published author. And I have my first ebook, and you can get it too. And it's called Swipe Right After 40, Finding Love Online After 40. So you can get it actually at Coedwear. I was able to put it over there, coedwear.com, so you can purchase. In fact, I got a bundle special going on that you can purchase the ebook and get a tee to go along with it, and you get a discount. So yeah, y'all go check that out. Now, let's just get into it, you guys. Now, let me just say this. Sorry, we're dealing with sinuses, so if you hear him drown me out with his then yeah, that's that's going on. So now we know Pop the Balloon has been very popular on YouTube. Now originally it started with I didn't get her name because it's two people that once Netflix saw, I guess, the hype of Pop the Balloon. Is Arlette is the executive producer, along with another young lady that I think they originally started it. I think the way Arlette and her husband do it is more tolerable and is more professional, and it's the production is well put together. I think with the other people, I think they are Jamaican, or I'm not sure what their nationality is, but I know it's kind of hard to understand them. But yeah, so I think that they were the first people to do it. So you got two executive producers, which is Arlette and this other young lady. So in the beginning, we got a chance to see Arlette and her husband kind of, encourage. I think her name is Yvonne. She is from Insecure. You remember her from Insecure? So, yeah, kind of encourage her because now she's the host. Now,
Why you ask me that? Like I watch them shows. I don't watch no Insecure.
So now we wanted to see what it was gonna be like because we got word, that they was, on Netflix now. But Arlette and her husband made a YouTube video and said that they're still gonna do their thing on YouTube as well. So this is not gonna take away from that, which is good because, I think that one is better. Now, give your opinion about it before I just kind of give y'all a quick recap.
You ask me?
Yeah, what you thought about it?
It was chaotic. I agree with you. They should never did it live. They should record this before they put it on Netflix. Yes, it's been, to me, it kind of took away from how it used to be on YouTube. Because now they got different races and different, ethnicities on there, and they just different, man. Like I said, been gentrified, and when you get these so-called celebrities on there, it kind of takes away from the show, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to stand out. They trying to do way too much, and if you get the average person to come on the show, yeah, they might do a little here and there, a little something here and there, trying to be a little extra. But when you got a celebrity on there, and they gonna make sure they famous some kind of way, and they're gonna stand out. They're gonna try to do something to stand out, and it overshadows the host. And to me, from what I saw, it was just chaotic and it was just all over the place. It wasn't organized, in my opinion. Now, maybe next week it'd be better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can kind of bring some of this stuff in and get it with some kind of organization. But tonight, it was like all over the place.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, one, they shouldn't have did live. I don't know what's the point of that. And two, it it really and truly, I'm gonna give them grace because it is their first time, but it wasn't Yvonne wasn't I think it's Yvonne or Yvonne, but she wasn't consistent with asking the question. Now I know she got to get a feel of it and all that stuff, whatever. But Arlette, if you want to compare the two, because that's where they got it from, then Arlette was consistent with the questions. What do you like about them? What makes them? Why did you pop your balloon? She wasn't consistent. And then hey, where are you from? Tell us a little bit about you. She wasn't consistent with that. So yeah, it kind of like, and I get it. It probably was for her all over the place because some of the daters, as they call them, they came out and some was a celebrity, one was not. So you could tell he was a little bit more, calm than some of
Reserved.
the other
Yeah.
ones. Yeah, I mean, because that first one just did way too much. Like, dude, why are you here?
Well, they so used to being in the spotlight. Now you got them back in the spotlight, so they're gonna take advantage of being in the spotlight, and it kind of takes away from the show.
Yeah, I do like the fact that it was just about 45 minutes, yeah. So as soon as they got them five, then they was done. But so yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now, if you want to know why we never reviewed Pop the Balloon on the YouTube channel, we watched it one time, but to be honest, I did not know how to like review that. I didn't know how to bring it together because it's so many daters, there's so many people popping balloons, and I just didn't know how to put it together without putting their video inside of our video, if that makes sense, because that's what some people are doing. They're taking their video and kind of watching it like a reaction, and then they're giving their commentary on it. And I don't want to do them like that. I don't like to put other people's videos inside of it because, one, they can like strike you for it, or hey, flag you for it. Two, and they probably haven't done that, but two, I just want to get my commentary without. I want them to get the credit on their own stuff. But yeah, so let me just briefly go over what I didn't. Another thing I didn't like about it is when the folks get finished with the pop the balloons, then the pop the balloon people come and clean up the balloons. I don't want to see that. Like, y'all should span to, okay, the guy, he didn't make it or whatever. Let's see what they got to do and let the people come and clean up the balloons. I don't want to see that again.
Why? Or it does something to you?
No, it just looks so unprofessional. Like, it just don't look. They got on the same uniforms and all that stuff, whatever, but it just does not look right. It again. If it wasn't live, then they would have cut, clean it up, edit that, and move it out the way.
Maybe it's cheaper to do it live, so they don't have to edit the video. They just do it live and put it out there, just straight raw and uncut.
Maybe. I mean,
And
they have a
maybe
live
save-
audience and
yeah,
stuff
maybe
like
they
that.
save money like that.
But that part, if y'all watching, Netflix and the people, then I don't want to see that. I don't know about nobody else. It's almost like a little circus or something like that. When the folks get finished with it, then the people come and clean up. So it's like that. I didn't like that.
Netflix said, "Who are you supposed to be? You don't like it."
Hey, you don't know. So anyway, let's see. So you got 8 ladies that are holding balloons, and you got 5 men that are gonna come out one by one. Now the first guy, Johnny, he come out, baby,
Doing way too much.
Way too much, honey. Like, Johnny gone, had the shirt a little cocked open and stuff like that, but it seemed like all the ladies popped their balloons, so they was so not interested. And then you got Keith, that was a videographer. Now Keith was say, hey, he work a regular job. He's 34 years old, and like, again, with the pop the balloon thing, it's different than a Ready to Love. It's different than all these other dating shows. So I don't know how to give the full commentary without like putting a picture in here or video. So I'm doing it like this now. If y'all can give me some pointers on how to do it without it being a 2-hour review, then let me know. But so yeah, Keith, 34 years old. Now Sheila is the black girl. Was she the only black girl on there? No, she wasn't the only one, but she was over there on the right. If you watch it, Sheila, the little dress on, she was doing way too much. Because to me, to be honest, Sheila did not have to say, well, I didn't like it because his head, his forehead, like his hairline way back there. I was like, that insults are not necessary. Now, I know on the real Pop the Balloons,
about to say they do it on that too.
on the real Pop the Balloons, they go
They go hard.
gutter sometimes with the insults.
I know I couldn't be on that show. I could not be. If I walk down there and I walked out and I hear pop, 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 then y'all gonna insult me on top of that. I'm catching the case. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta have some confidence. Now, this pop the balloon is real mild, child. Like I can go on that one because it seemed like it's really a joke. But the one on YouTube, baby, you gotta come prepared. I hope you got some confidence. Now, if you just come to get your Instagram followers, all that stuff up, whatever, then okay, maybe you can take those shots. But anyway, so Keith, the girl was doing too much, in my opinion. She's talking about his forehead. The last girl, it seemed like it was a match. Like I said, Yvonne didn't. She's not coordinating it correctly because the girl was like, okay, with the one person that didn't pop, she was like, okay, come on, we got a match. And I could tell the girl was like, well, not really, but I wanted to know more about him, yeah. So she ended up popping the balloon and stuff because she was like, I could just tell the chemistry is just not there. And she ended up popping the balloon. Now, what they do is have the guys go off into like the lounge and they just kind of, say whatever. And so, Keith was like, well, hey, I ain't for everybody. I get it. My feelings not hurt. It is what it is. Everybody got their,
everybody got their preference.
Right.
Yeah.
But before he got to the lounge, he did say, but hey, somebody out there, honey. Didn't say honey, but it's somebody out there. Then this my IG da 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 da. So hit me up. And Yvonne was like, and this is international, so yeah, put it out there.
Yeah, that's how you do it, man. So what? You got a couple of women on there that's gonna just not into you like that, but like you said, you don't have to crack on it, man. You don't have to like, ooh, his forehead start way back there. Now, hey, what's good for the goose was good for the gander. Now, if I was him, I'd say, look at you. You know what I'm saying? Your funny shaped self. I'm just saying,
right.
But, if you can dish it out, you got to be able to take it.
And I'm glad Keith didn't get nothing back to him. You know what I'm saying? Because to me,
some guys would.
Yeah. To me, that was just like, she's like she had something to say with all of them. So you got Chase that come out.
She deserved that smoke. Yeah.
You got Chase that come out. Now he was on he's been known as a bad boy. He was on reality TV. I don't know
why they brought these people
Johnny
on
from reality TV. I don't know what show he from. And Chase, I don't know what show he was from or anything like that, but they said that they were from that. And so, and it seemed like the women was feeling him at first. One girl popped and she said, I know him. He like my brother. So, of course I couldn't do that. And then the rest of them kind of held on to their balloons. But when he asked, one girl, I think, did she pop? No, I don't think she popped yet, but she had said, Yvonne said, well, tell us a little bit about yourself. She said, my name is so-and-so and I'm 30 years old. And I think he was the one that said, no, I'm going to get him mixed up. I'm sorry. That was Braden. Okay, so let's move on. And he popped. And then it seemed like all the girls popped. But it was two girls that didn't pop. And the two girls that got down to Chase, he had two girls that didn't pop, and he asked them like, okay, so have you ever been flown out to Miami or Dubai?
He one of them type of dudes. He said, I can do things for you. I can cook your food. I can clean your clothes. I can wash your car.
No, actually, Chase said that he is a traditional type person. So, he was like, hey, I changed your tie, but you need to wash my clothes. Basically.
Well, let me finish my baby face song. I'll wash your clothes. I'll clean your fingernails. I'll do your toes. I'll wash your hair. I'll forget the name of that song.
I'll cook your dinner too.
Yeah.
Soon as I get home from work, I'll pay your rent.
Now, see, that was in the 90s. Those different type of women back then. That's why we did stuff like that for women back then. But now, women nowadays, oh, heck no.
What is women nowadays? I'm a woman and I'm married to you. So what nowadays is I eat?
I always say the remix. I won't cook your food. I won't wash your car.
First of all,
because you got your own money. So yeah.
Anyway, so Chase is traditional. He, like that. So the women was like, okay, that's fine. But it seems as though it got down to 2 women because the rest of them popped. He had to choose between the 2. He asked, have you ever been flown out to Dubai, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, I haven't been flown out to Dubai or Miami, which seems like you're making that specific, meaning that you probably have gotten flown out. And he was like, pop. He popped her balloon, and it seems as though he don't want somebody that been flued out. You know what I'm
Flew
saying?
out.
That's what they say. Flu. We finna get flued out. Yeah,
Oh,
flued out.
Ebonics 101.
Hey, that's what the people say. Get flued out. So, and then the other girl ended up
I thought
popping.
flown out. Okay.
It that was just weird. But anyway, he walked off. Then you got Braden, and Braden was 24 years old. So, as soon as he came out, honey, got 2 popped off the rip. Pop out. So, but later on, he continued to talk. Now, he was the one that was asking, I think her name was Sheila, her age. And he 24 and she was like 30. He was like, it's too old for me. It's too old for me. And the other lady's like, pop, 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 because
they in their age group.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so one of the girls, Kara, she stayed on. The guy seemed to love her, and she was the dark haired girl on the end, on the right. So she stayed on, but she ended up popping. He was like, "Oh yeah, I find her attractive. I'll take you on a date right now." But she ended up popping because it seemed like the long distance would have been an issue for her.
No, that's understandable. Some people just can't do that long distance relationship, which I understand. That'd be a valid reason to pop a balloon. Yeah.
So you got the
Unless you're
last
gonna
guy.
get flown out.
You got the last guy, Hartnick. I think that's how to pronounce it. Now he came with a lot of energy. He seemed Indian, so he came out with a lot of energy with that shirt all the way down here unbuttoned.
He probably had like 10 monster drinks.
He probably did. But Yvonne kept rubbing. She said, "It's okay. You nervous? It's okay." So he probably did have something to kind of hype him up and get him out there. So he was 29 years old. Seems like he's an engineer, but of course the women pop when he came out and he just got all this crazy energy. But it seemed like he's very selective. So it got down to 2 women again. He ended up popping one of the women, because one of the women's balloon, because he said that he loved to cook and he could curry. She don't eat curry. He was like, can't deal with that.
Yeah.
They can't deal with that.
And the thing about this is that the guys popping these women balloons, they have legitimate reasons, like the distance, and hey, you don't eat my type of food, so we ain't gonna be able to kick it anyway. So pop, yeah. So I give him that. But like I said, the premise of the show seemed like it's a good idea, but this first episode was just all over the place.
It
Man.
was. It was like I said, it wasn't consistent. Some people talking all over each other. The daters were, the first one especially, was doing way too much, outshining the host, and saying that girl Sheila, he was talking about, "Oh, let me look at your feet. She looked like she can hang upside down from a tree." Now I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
But he did say you were black from the waist down, right? Or waist up.
Yeah, it did, but don't that seem a little
like she a monkey?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, all right, watch it.
Like I said, this is what happens when you do something live. You know what I'm saying?
Watch it, Johnny.
But no, I don't think they should do the live thing. They should pre-record the stuff and just, if you got to edit it. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know what's gonna happen when you do live. So
yeah, y'all let us know what you think. So with that being said, nobody made a match. They have a love lounge where the guys was back in there. She was like, let's go to the love lounge. Well, I guess can't do that. So they, because it's live. So when she called for it, they didn't show it. So she was like, okay, let's bring everybody out. And that was about it. Now let's just see. Like I said, if y'all take the what is it? The commercial out of it, take the reality TV part out of it and give us some raw, real, stuff, then it probably would work, kind of like the YouTube version. Yeah, but I don't know.
Said, when I saw the people that was going to be on this show, I said, oh yeah, they putting people in there with no seasoning their food. Yeah, I knew it was going to be kind of wild. It's not going to follow the same formula as the one on YouTube. Yeah. And like I said, like somebody said on social media, it's been gentrified. They gentrified it, And this is what you get.
And these are the people that, when I did the research on it, they're the same people that do, I think, 90 Day Fiance.
There you go.
And what else I said? Not Love is Blind, because we know that.
Love to Lock Up.
Was it Love After? I know 90 Day Fiance and something else. So yeah, they have produced those type of shows. So there you go. But yeah, if y'all watch, let us know what you think. If you want to watch, go watch. But I can tell you, it ain't all that. So if this good enough for you, you can stop it right here. Because I pretty much gave you a recap. But if you want to go over there and see, then go over there and see for yourself. But that's all I got. So we will see you guys on the next video, which we will be doing Love After Lockup. We will be doing
Never Ever Met.
And we're going to try that new show on Saturday, which is Somebody's Son. I think that's the name of it, on. And that's all the shows we got right now. And honey, it is dry like powder over her. Okay? All right. We'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
Let's put God first.
Who's this?
Hey!